Waiting on my family. Waiting on my family to get in the building. Waiting on some family to come on in. Peace, peace, peace to all my divine beloveds who do tune into this. Again, I say peace, peace to all my divine beloveds who tune into this frequency. Yeah, I'm about to go in today. Yeah, who this? Hold on, man. Listen, you need to get on this download tonight. Don't be your inboxing me. You know, I titled this download for all my. Come on, just stop texting me. I got people inboxing me right now. I just need no inbox me right now. I don't get it. People see you go live. People want to inbox this. You know, that's why I choose the time that I choose to do this, because people should not be busy trying to get in touch with me at this time of hour, except those who are up on Facebook. Okay? So to all my divine beloveds out there listening to this, tuning into this, and if you listen to it later, first I want you to go ahead and get ready to like and share and this download when I'm done with it. But I titled this message today because I do feel it's a needed message it's a needed download for someone to catch this drift, to catch this wave, to catch this energy that I'm moving on right now. I titled this one, you lack because you operate out of the consciousness of lack. And I want you to understand why I did not say you lack because you operate out of lack, which is the normal phrase for what is usually said in that terminology. When people say, oh, you lack because you operate out of lack. You're operating out of lack. But no, you lack because you operate out of a consciousness of lack. Now, understand when I say you lack because you operate out of a consciousness of lack, I got to break this down for you, because this is serious information that some jewels I'm about to pass on to you right now. So you need to take this, and yes, you need to share this, because somebody in your circle, in your group, in your tribe, whatever, needs to hear what I'm about to say. This ain't never before heard, but you probably haven't heard it said the way I'm going to say it. Okay? You lack because you operate out of the consciousness of lack. It's already getting good. Now, why do you operate out of a consciousness of lack? Now, understand, I'm a student of learning about the spiritual understanding of consciousness. I'm a student of it, which is why I named everything I've been titling everything lately, and started this new thing called Conscious Minds. I've been understanding what it means to be conscious. I've been understanding what it means to be consciously awake or aware or in tune or alive. What it means to be conscious. So you got to understand that this is going to cause a paradigm in a shift in your thinking today, because you need to understand what is consciously happening to you when you make decisions. I titled this, again, peace, my divine beloveds who are just now joining this download. I just want you to understand, again, the title I'm about to go into is you lack because you operate out of the consciousness of lack. Not out of you don't lack because you operate out of lack, which is how you normally hear it said. But let me tell you why I titled it this way. You lack because you operate out of the consciousness of lack. And what I mean by you operate out of the lack of consciousness of lack is this: your whole thinking, your whole mobility, your whole awareness, your whole being, even woken. And I'm not talking about like spiritually awake, but I'm talking about just alive, being up, eyes wide open. All you see, all your mind can picture, okay? And this is why you lack. Because all your mind, and I'm not saying this like I'm coming from a rich perspective. Let me just get this out the way right now. Marcus is not rich, okay? Marcus does not have everything together. Marcus is not wealthy in any sense of the word, but Marcus is wealthy in spirit. Marcus is wealthy in his mental. Marcus is wealthy in his emotional body, which is the bodies that I always talk about when I do these downloads. I always talk about these three bodies. You know, you have your physical body, you have your emotional, spiritual, and your mental body. You understand? Now, I always talk about these three, not the physical, because we can change the physical, but what really changes us, what changes the physical is the state of the mental and the emotional, and as well, which is the spiritual, which is you got to look at everything spiritual first, because that's the base of who we are. All right? That is the base. Everything is the foundation of who we are. It starts from the spiritual, and then from that becomes our emotional mental, okay, which forms our physical being, our physical body. And so the reason why you lack, and let me clarify, and I'm not talking about lack as in wealth, as in money, because again, Marcus is not coming from a wealthy, money, rich in money mindset. Marcus is coming from a spiritual, mental, emotional mindset. So the reason why I even talk about this when it comes to depression, people say, "Oh, depression is real." Yeah, depression is real. But let me help you understand. Let me help you understand why depression is real. Because I've had people I know who dealt and deals with depression. It is real. You understand what I'm saying? A mental illness. But I also say that you can defeat that kind of a thing. It doesn't have to be your way of life. I know people who are stuck in depression and don't even understand that they are choosing to be stuck. Understanding what I just said, they're choosing is the same reason why you lack. Because you choose lack. You hear what I'm saying? You choose lack. This is what I mean by you lack, because you operate out of the consciousness of lack. Because you got to understand that everything we do, we choose. You hear me? Everything we do is of our choosing, whether we do it on a subconscious or conscious level. Everything we do, we choose to do. You understand what I'm saying? And let me tell you, like the friends that you have in your life, like the people that surround you, you've chosen them, whether you chose them consciously or subconsciously. And let me tell you how you chose them consciously. Either you chose them consciously by being aware of the decision that you made, or you chose them subconsciously by saying, this is the kind of people you don't want. And so you choose them by acknowledging what you don't want. And you need to understand that when you choose things in a subconscious manner, when you speak of the things that you don't want, you are giving life to it right there. And so therefore you are choosing what you don't want, and it manifests itself in your life because you already start to give it life. You give it life, and you acknowledge it. And so therefore it comes into your what? You're now conscious. You see it. You get to experience it. You get to have it in your life. And you need to understand, you lack because you choose lack. Because how do I choose lack, Marcus? How am I choosing lack on a conscious level? You're choosing it in the subconscious level by speaking of what you don't want. You understand that every time you speak of what you don't want, or you are in fear of what may happen, it happens. And I know some of you have been through this. The things that you feared the most happen. You understand what I'm saying? Well, how did that happen then? Tell me, how did that happen? It happened from your choosing. It happened from your choosing. You understand now? See, let me say it again. Let me break it down slower. Let me say it slower. Okay? For some of you. Many of you have experienced things that you did not want, or things that you feared would happen. You was like, oh, I knew that would happen. Well, how did you know that would happen? You have things happen to you, and you say, man, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Well, how did you know it was going to happen? You say you knew it was going to happen. Well, you knew because you knew it in the subconscious. You chose it in the subconscious. Underneath it all, you chose it to happen. You spoke of it. You spoke of it by speaking that you didn't want it to happen. That's how you give it life. You give the things life that you don't want to happen, as well as the things that you do want to happen. And so the things that you don't want to happen, the moment you give life to them, and by giving life to something you don't want to happen, is simply by giving it words, speaking it, even giving it thought. But you got to understand that the projection of your words is what merely manifests it in your life. It's the projection of the word. Now, you can have a thing in your heart, but you cannot speak of it. You understand? Like the Bible says that it's not what goes into a man that defiles a man. It's what comes out of a man that defiles a man. See, let me break that down a little bit deeper for you. You can have the thoughts inside you. You can have the thoughts, and thoughts are very powerful. But the moment you speak of it, this is why even scriptures say to speak those things as that are not as though they were. You got to see, the Bible speaks of that speaking, it gives it life. And so you lack because you operate out of the consciousness of lack, meaning in your mind you are expressing what you don't want. In your mind you are expressing how you don't want this person to show up in your life. In your conscious, subconscious mindset, you are expressing what you don't want to experience, and thus you end up experiencing it in more than one way, or in one way or another. You understand what I'm saying? You may be talking about, oh, I don't want this kind of person to show up in my life. I don't want a negative person to show up. I don't want negative people in my life. I don't want this negative person to come into my life. Well, you may not see that negativity in the form of a person, but you will still see negativity. You understand what I'm saying? You may not see it in the form of a person, but you will see the negativity, because you're operating out of a consciousness of negative thinking. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? And so therefore you have to be careful, and I know you heard this on many levels. You got to be careful of what you speak, what you say. You understand? You got to be careful of what you say, what you speak of, because you are going to speak it directly into existence, into your life. You understand? And so the reason why I chose lack, you lack because you operate out of the consciousness of lack, is because this topic can reach many different levels, even on a level of, if you have all the money in the world, all the material wealth in the world. Let me tell you something I just did 2 days ago, actually yesterday. If you count on 12 o'clock, then 2 days ago, I got a storage unit, and I went into my storage unit. Let me tell you what I did. Here at my house, I have a lot of stuff. Even, like a lot of clothes and shoes and stuff that I just was like, yo, this is just a lot, right? A lot. And I asked myself, this is why I'm bringing you this download today. Okay? And I asked myself, and it woke me up. It really woke me up. This woke me up. That's why I'm just with you. I asked myself, I said, yo, Marcus, what do you need with all these shoes, all these clothes, all these electronic devices, other things that you got and things that you are not using? You know why I accumulated all that stuff? Because I operated out of the consciousness of lack. I thought that, if I didn't have those shoes, if I didn't have that shirt, it was going to be gone, and if somebody else would get it and I would not have it. That comes from a lack consciousness. I thought I didn't listen to me. I thought I needed it, and me thinking that I needed it comes from a lack mindset. It comes from a lack mindset, because I thought I needed it, and therefore I went into my storage unit and I looked at all the things that I had there. Okay. Excuse me, y'all. I know when I go back over these and listen to this, I can hear myself drink my tea. So I try not to make too many, acknowledgements to my drinking my tea on a microphone. But the tea does keep me from not, having that dry, dry throat when I talk to you. So, excuse me as I sip my tea. Okay. So I went into my storage unit, looked at all the even books. I had a collection of 200 books, and I am a book lover. I am a book hoarder. I am a book collector. Okay, I'm a book collector. I have over 200 books sitting in my storage unit that I had to put there from my house because they were just taking up a lot of space. I had to get bookshelves. I was like, yo, I gotta get rid of these books. But I would never throw a book away. I would never trash a book. I'd rather donate it, sell it, whatever, but I would never throw it away. So I took all my books, all my clothes, all my shoes, and I put it in my storage unit. And I was like, yo, I'm like, why did I need that book? Why did I get that book? Half the books that I got, I didn't read when I bought them. And then not only did I didn't read them, but I'm no longer interested in the topic. And so therefore, I went into my storage unit. Now, like I said, half of them, I did read half, but I didn't read the other half. So I still got about a bunch of books that I'm still interested in wanting to read. But my point is this. I went into my storage unit. I looked at all these things I had that I was hoarding. Books and shoes and clothes and electronics and things that I was holding on to from the past. And I asked myself, why did I even spend the money? Guess what I'm about to do right now? I'm about to either sell or give it away. I'm about to give away over maybe $2,000, $2,500 worth of stuff. I would say even more. I would say somewhere between $3,000 to $4,000 worth of stuff that I've accumulated, and I'm about to just give it away, throw it away, sell it, whatever. Why? Because I don't need it. But why did I accumulate it in the beginning? Because I operated out of the consciousness of lack. And so therefore, I got a lot of stuff in my life. Y'all ain't hearing what I'm saying to you right now. This is I'm really speaking to myself right now. How powerful I'm even talking about this message download I'm giving you. That how deep how this is, right? I'm about to give away $4,000, at least $3,000 to $4,000 worth of stuff that I've accumulated over the past 5 to 6 to 7, 8 years. I'm talking about clothes I have I've kept, very in tip top shape. You understand what I'm saying? Things that I've accumulated and held on to, and I held on to it out of the consciousness of lack. And so therefore, what happened? What was the reverse effect of that? The reverse effect of it was me having so much stuff that I overwhelmed and overbearing myself with what? A lot of work right now, a lot of tasks to do right now, things that I didn't need, and I did it out of the lack of scarcity too. Scarcity, worried about if I didn't have it. Scarcity, I was worried about what if I don't have it? What if I don't get it? What if I don't grab these pair of shoes or this outfit right now? And I was operating out of a mindset of scarcity, out of a mindset of lack. And therefore, look what's happening to me. Look what I'm doing right now. I'm giving almost all of it away. I've taken my closet, and I'm talking about over 8 years worth of clothes and shoes. And I'm about to get rid of almost 95%, and I'm going down to the bare minimum of maybe just living off of, and I'm doing this for an experiment too. This is not only me doing this to have a conscious mindset of being, everything having its purpose. Everything that I buy has a purpose. Everything that I wear has a strategic purpose and why I wear it. You understand? But this is also an experiment for me too, getting rid of a lot of things and trying to live off of maybe just 30 items of clothing and simplifying my life so that I can get more pleasure out of what I wear, but not only just more pleasure out of what I wear or what I read or what I use in my hand as a device, but getting more pleasure mentally, emotionally, and never having to feel that I miss that, or I may miss something. Either I miss the clothing or the shoes or whatever I give away, or if I'm at a mall and I see something I may want and I say no, because I know where that's going to lead me a year down the road. It's going to lead me looking at it like, yo, I didn't need that. I didn't need that. Why did I get that? What's the purpose of this? You understand what I'm saying? So now I'm operating from about 30 pieces of clothing to simplify my life as an experiment to see what I really do need to have a simple life, what I really do need to experience life at its highest form as far as mentally, emotionally, and spiritually goes, and not physically anymore. Because we do things out of a consciousness of lack because we do it for our physical body. And I'm not talking about buying clothes, buying clothes to look good on us physically for ourselves, but we do it also for others. And that's why we lack. You understand? That's why we will continue to feel a need. This is getting deep for me. This is why we continue to feel the need to want more. Because why? Because we're doing it out of the consciousness of lack, but doing it also out of the consciousness of others, others viewing us, We want others to look at us and see us, and so therefore now, guess what? Now you lack emotionally because you're not securing yourself. Oh God, I said something again. Let me say it again. When we do things for the physical body to either be seen by others, to be viewed by others, you understand? We're doing it out of the consciousness of we're not secure enough. That's lack. Okay? When we do things for the mental body, the mental state, the psychological state, to make so we feel good, and you want to do things for you. This is my point. You want to do things for you and not for anyone else. But when we do it because of perception, when we do it because of someone may say something, when we do it for those reasons, then we lack, and we lack on the psychological level. And this is where things like depression can come in, because you're trying to please people. This is where things like anxiety can come in, because you're anxiously trying to continuously do things for other people, and they're not looking at you like that. You know, they may say, they may see you with something on and say, girl, why you wearing that? But how far it affects you is your choosing. And I say how far because in the immediate response, you're going to say it ain't none of your business. But how far you let it affect you to the point where you may go home and change, or how far you let it affect you where you may not even want to wear that again. You see, this is how people could get, this is how we lack ourselves. This is how we lack consciously in the mental, emotional, and spiritual state. We lack so much in these places because we're trying to do things not for ourselves. This is why I'm getting rid of a lot of the things I'm getting rid of, and I'm just going down to about 10% of everything I have just to simplify my life, not for no one else, but for me. Not for no one else, but for me. You understand? I used to be big into looking good and having fashion and being fashionably correct when I step out the door. And it's like, to me, I'm no longer interested in that because I understand where it came from. I understand why I did it. I understand why I was doing it. Because I was doing it because it was a trend. I was doing it because society makes us do it. I was doing it because I wanted to look good for other people. I was doing it because I wanted compliments. I was doing it because I wanted to feel fresh and get that look from whoever. I just wanted to get it. You understand? I was doing it not for myself. And so now I get rid of these things so I can do what makes me feel good and listen to me, not only feel good, but I am now more I'm about to say something. I am now more conscious of everything I got, everything I have. You understand what I'm saying? There was things in my closet. There was things on my bookshelf. There was things in my junk drawers and stuff I forgot I had. And it had no purpose in my life. And let me tell you something. When you have clutter in your life like that, I always like to look at it like this. However your front yard looks like, that's a depiction or an indication of one of the person that lives inside that home. That's my belief. I truly believe how you keep your front yard is an indication of how that person lives on, not only on the inside. You may have a super clean house on the inside and have a messed up front yard. But your front yard is an indication of your mindset, of your mind. To me, it's an indication of your mind, how you live inside you. You understand? How you live inside. And so therefore, if you keep your front yard all messy and junky and cluttered, you understand what I'm saying? Then that's just an indication of your mind. You got a cluttered mind. Because if not, then I ask myself, then how can this person not see this yard look like that? Huh? Then I'm asking you the question, how much clarity is going on your head? Do you have any clarity of what's going on in life around you? No, because you have clarity of what's even outside in your own front yard. You understand what I'm saying? And so therefore, we operate from a cloudy mind. We operate from a foggy mind. We operate from a crowded mind. We operate from a cluttered mind. You understand what I'm saying? Because when things become cluttered in your life, you let things get cluttered in your life. You understand? It's a mindset, first of all. And therefore the clutter comes in. The clutter is seen in your front yard. You understand? It's a mindset. Not what goes into a man, but what comes out of a man. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to understand. You need to understand why you lack. And I say this, I titled this message. I like to say, and I see new family keep coming in. I like to say thank you to all my divine beloveds coming into the house tonight. Just get this download. If you catch, if you get the short end of this, just go back, listen to it, and share it again, and just put it on replay, whatever. But I'm talking about why you lack, and you lack because you lack out of the consciousness of lack. Now let me define and break down and refract to you consciousness of lack. Those words right there, consciousness of lack. All right. The consciousness is the present moment right now. That's what being conscious is. It's about being aware of what's happening right now. It's about being aware of immediate moments. It's about being aware of the immediate decisions that you make. It's about being aware. Okay? And so you operate, and I say consciousness of lack is because you're operating in the right now moment. Listen to me. You're operating in the right now moment out of lack, out of I don't have, and you need to check that right there at the door, right where it stands, right there. You need to meet it head on every single time you start to see yourself have these engaging thoughts of what you do not have. Now, I just said something, and I don't know if you caught what I just said. I said you operate out of the consciousness of lack. But listen to me. The consciousness is what? What did I just say? The consciousness is what? The right now. So every time you start to speak the things that you do not have, you're speaking it right now in your life. Right now. Right now. Right now. You're speaking it right now in your life. You're speaking it right now into existence. So you need to be aware. You need to stay mindful, conscious of what you say out of your mouth every single day. That's why I started Conscious Minds movement, because I started it not just for you, but also for me. It's a reminder every time I say conscious, and I use the word conscious minds, but every time I say conscious, it's a clear indicating reminder of being aware of the right now. So every time I think and I do anything for this Conscious Minds movement or this community that I'm trying to build, and I think, and I'm very thankful for those who join me when I come on and do the live, and this download, because I'm trying to build a community of conscious-minded people that are aware of the right now present moment. Understand that the present, even the Bible, I love it because the Bible says what? The Bible says that do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will take care of itself. Huh? It did not say that you will take care of tomorrow. It said tomorrow will take care of what? Itself. Itself. It's its own individual time and space in itself. So you need to, that's another indication of that you need to be aware of the now. You need to be aware of the now. Be conscious-minded, people. Stay conscious-minded in everything you do, everything you say, everything you speak, everywhere you go, every turn you make. You need to stay conscious of it. And that's just this is why I said I named this community Conscious Mind. It's a reminder to myself. I had to do it to remind myself, Marcus, you need to stay, because I kept saying this to myself. Marcus, you need to be conscious of everything that you speak of. You need to be conscious of what you do. You need to be conscious of how you act in front of your children. You need to be conscious of where you go. You need to be conscious of the people you are around, because I was putting myself in circles around people that I was just like, yo, how did I get here? What am I doing here? I wasn't conscious of the decision I was making that got me there. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't conscious of the thinking I was possessing that got me there. As I explained in the beginning of this download, what did I say? I said that when you even think, just when you think even the things like what you don't want, when you think of what you don't want, you need to understand you're operating out of a conscious mindset, subconsciously or consciously. But regardless, conscious. You're operating out of the subconscious when you speak of things you don't want. You understand what I'm saying? When you say, I knew that would happen. Man, I knew that would happen. I knew she was going to do that. I knew he was going to do that. I knew you was going to say that. You understand what I'm saying? That came from somewhere. Where did it come from? It came from either a fear mindset, the lack of mindset. That's why I said lack more so than fear. It came from a lack mindset. You know, and you speak lack, or you can speak what? Abundance into life. And this is why I spoke of in the beginning of this download. Also, I'm not coming to you about why you lack material wealth wise, money wise, because Marcus is the last person to tell you how to get rich. Marcus is the last person, but I can say I am rich in. I'm rich in happiness, and I emphasize happiness when I speak on these downloads all the time, because it's hard to come by for a lot of people. Happiness is hard to come by. I always say that I have a permanent happiness, and I do. I have a permanent happiness. Like you can say throw me off slightly for a moment, but it never takes away my permanent happiness. I'm always happy. Happiness not always being like a big old smile and full of energy and a big smile on your face. Happiness is what? Happiness is not being deterred and distracted from who you are and where you, or who you are going to be, where you want to go, and what you claim for yourself right now in this life. Hear me say right now. Heard me say right now in this life. Right now meaning this moment. Huh? So I'm always consciously aware of this moment. And you understand, as I am understanding that I am being, listen, I had to give away a lot of clothes, a lot of stuff, because I can only wear one outfit at a time. And we collect clothes in our closet, because we collect clothes in our closet because we're operating out of the lack mindset. That if I don't get this shirt, if I don't have this shirt in my closet, or you operate, or even so you operate out of, you need a certain brand of shirt. It has to be a certain brand. And you think if it's not a certain brand, you won't wear it. And that's coming from, you need to understand, that's coming from a lack mindset. You understand? Why does that come from a mindset? Because you can't do nothing about what's in your closet. You can only do something about what's on you right now at the moment. This is my point. You can only do something about what's on you right now at the moment. You sit there with you sit there with your spouse and you say which dress, or you say which shirt, or you say, and you got 4 or 5 dresses and shirts in your hand, and you're asking which one, right? And you got to understand where that's coming from. That's coming from a lack mindset. Oh, this is going to do what? This is going to make me stand out. This is going to make me look good. This is going to get me compliments. And you're operating out of the lack mindset. This is why I speak of, I won't tell you how to get rich on a physical realm. I'm not going to tell you how to be wealthy on the physical realm, but I can tell you how to be rich emotionally. I can tell you how to be rich mentally. I can tell you how to be rich spiritually. And I say spiritually because I studied the Bible, back, for almost every day of the week for 10 years straight. You understand what I'm saying? For 10 years straight, I studied the word from 2006 to 2016. I was studying that word. I was in that word. You understand? And then I went on a journey and I started to go and meet scholars all across the country. Talk to theologians and dig into the mindset of these theologians and philosophers. All last year, 2017, I went on a conscious journey. I went on a conscious journey to my life to get me where I am today. You understand what I'm saying? So, in order to like be rich, and I had to do that so I could be rich spiritually. I had to do that so I could be rich emotionally. I had to do that so I could be rich mentally. You understand what I'm saying? I had to take those journeys. I had to take those and learn from those scholars. I had to do that so I can make sure that I cover my bases in being rich in a life that's deeper than on the physical realm. You understand? And we say, oh honey, what shirt? Oh honey, what shoes? Oh honey, what hat should I put this outfit? Whatever. And we're doing that because we lack security emotionally with ourselves and just putting on whatever you feel like putting on, put it on and just go about your day. And you're thinking you're going to get either the worst compliments or the best compliments, and either or, whichever one you get, it still cannot take away from my permanent happiness that I always operate within. You know why? Because I am always, listen to me, I am always conscious of my thoughts of who I am, where I want to go, and who I want to be. I am always conscious of that. You understand? So I didn't want to make this a long download today, but I did want to build with you on this, and I did want to stress you why people lack a consciousness of lack, a reality, a consciousness of lack, and so therefore it shows in your reality. You understand what I'm saying? So put it like this: you can say whatever you want about me. I remember I had a guy. I remember there was a guy on the beach. I was walking on the beach, and a drunk guy beat this horn at me. He was drunk driving, and he beat this horn at me. And he was a white guy, and he called me the N-word, and he said, "Get the F out the way, nigga." I was like, "Okay, cool, I'm out your way." But the thing is this: I didn't let it deter me from going where I needed to go. I didn't let it distract me from keeping me from who I was, and I didn't let it what? I didn't let it give me a lack of consciousness of a lack mindset and be who I am. See, that there's a saying, I forget who said it. I think it was I forget who said it, but it's like this. What you think about me is none of my. Oh yeah, Neil Donald Walsh. He said, what others think about you is none of your business. It's none of your spiritual business. What others think about you is none of your spiritual business. Listen, who I am spiritually, emotionally, mentally, that's my business. But what you think about me on the other level, on those levels, that's none of my business. That's got everything to do with you and not me. Because I am who I am. I know where I'm going, and I know who I want to be. You understand? I will not be deterred. I will not be distracted. You understand? And so you get distracted real easily when somebody say something slick out their mouth to you. You get distracted real easily when somebody call you a name or whatever. And you get distracted and you let it do what? You let it define who you are in that moment. And in that moment, you are choosing what? You are choosing lack over happiness or lack over peace. You are choosing lack over, listen to me, security. Because you react to what somebody says about you, that is a clear definition that you are coming from a consciousness of lack. Oh, what this person say about me? And then you have to see, to defend it is to justify it. I mean, to defend it is to validate it. To defend it is to validate it. And so when someone calls you the N-word, or someone calls you a name that is calling you out of who you know you are, who you know you want to be, where you want to go in life. You understand? Even in that moment. You understand? And you react to someone saying something to you out of whatever fear that they may have about themselves or lack they may have about themselves. Listen to me. When they project their lack and their fear on you, then and you react to that, then what that says is they gave you their lack and their fear. I just said something. I said, let me say it again. I said, when people say something about you, say something to you, you got to understand, they're coming from a consciousness of lack. And when they project their lack or their fear on you, all they did was do what? Pass you their lack and their fear. When you react. And so they've passed you their lack and their fear. You understand? And when you react to that. And so therefore, now you're coming from a place of insecurity. We can get deeper and deeper and deeper with this. If you want to go deep, we can. You understand what I'm saying? Now you're coming from a place of insecurity. Because you've allowed someone to project on you their fear, their lack. And the goal here is to not take on someone else's fear, someone else's lack, someone else's conscious belief about themselves. You see, when someone calls you a nigger, or the N-word, excuse me, for those of you who don't like the word, but I have to be authentic when I speak sometimes. But when someone calls you that word, or even if you're white and you're listening to this, or you're Puerto Rican and listening to this, someone calls you out of character. You understand what I'm saying? And it's all to offend you. It's all to bring you down, or it's all to make you feel sorry for yourself. Then this is what you got to do. You got to become what I like to say, a communicator. Then you have to become a communicator. Not communicate with them, but you have to communicate the language being said. And so you have to analyze. This is what's great about me. This is what's great about being a communicator. I'm a communicator through and through. Okay? I mean, this is the path I've chosen. You understand? To be a communicator, to communicate to you the language spoken in life. You understand? That life gives us. So when people are projecting words onto you, whether it be racially motivated, or whether it be offensive and sexually motivated, whether it be gender motivated, whatever it may be, I don't care what it is. But when people project fear and their lack onto you, you need to become a communicator at that moment, and you need to stop and analyze that there's something deeper here. Like I do. This is what I do. I do this all the time when I'm called things. Like I've had bosses. I've had bosses cuss me out. I've had bosses cuss me out because I didn't do a job right. I've had bosses say things to me that was totally not within the lines of my duty as far as my job, but it was straight out of character. It was uncalled for. It was offensive. Okay, I've had bosses say mean things to me, and instead of reacting, I asked myself two questions. Ultimately, I end up leaving the job, because ultimately I end up leaving the job. And the reason why I would leave the job is because once those words were projected on me, listen to me, I'm about to go somewhere with this. Ooh, I'm about to say something. Once those were projected on me, then you can, Les Brown would say, you can stick a pen, not a pen that you write with, but like a needle. You can stick a pen and make an indentation in like whatever you're sticking it in, and you can apologize later, but you can never take away that indentation. You can never take away that mark that you made. You understand what I'm saying? And so, and what did he mean by that? What does that mean? That means that is your thought path. That's your consciousness. And so therefore, I cannot keep myself in an environment of a conscious like that from someone else. Ooh, I don't know if y'all understanding this. Sometimes I'm too deep for myself. I'm dead serious. I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. But I'm speaking to myself tonight. You understand? I'm speaking to myself tonight. Let me say that again. I said that when you allow yourself to stay within a job, and the boss calls you, he calls you out of the name, out of character, that has nothing to do with your job description and how you may have messed up on the job. But he's just calling you out your name, just disrespect, okay? Then, and he can apologize or whatever. Even in relationships, we can use relationships, whatever. They can apologize for it later. You can apologize for it later, but you can never take away the indentation. The indentation is what? The indentation is the mindset. I can never take away the mindset of that person. I can never take away the consciousness, because you can apologize and say, oh, that was a mistake, or that came out of this or that. You understand? But guess what? That's your mindset now to me. And and you may change. You may show me you've changed. But to me, my thought pattern, my consciousness will never allow me to believe or not even give you enough time. My consciousness won't even give me enough time to sit there and believe. Because my consciousness will say to me, this is not the environment you belong in because you cannot thrive in this environment. You don't thrive. Once offensive words are said to me, then guess what? I do not belong in that environment because I need to be in environments where I thrive. And if I cannot thrive, if I believe I don't thrive in that environment, I'm out. I don't give a doggone if you say it to me, then I'm out. Because now I believe this is not only your mindset. Again, I won't even give myself enough time to think and say, oh my God, this is his belief. No, I'm already saying to myself, oh, I can't thrive here. I can't thrive here. Because now the consciousness, now the indentation is out there. The mark is made. The indentation is out there. The mark has been made. The mark has been made. And you can stick a pen inside that and make the mark. And you can apologize for it, but you can never take away the mark. You can never take away the indentation. And so therefore, that's just the conscious mindset. And so therefore, I would never thrive if my mind always allowed me to believe that this person is thinking this about me. And so I got to go. And before I even convince myself of this person's belief set about me can change, I won't even give myself the time to even have that kind of thinking yet. I will already be gone. I'm out. See you. No hard feelings. I'm a quick forgiver. I forgive anybody. I forgive people quick. You understand? But the environment is not conducive for me to thrive. And so therefore, before I give myself any kind of time to think, oh, is he sincere about his apology and all that? I don't care if you're sincere. I accept your apology. I appreciate you apologizing. Thank you for your opportunity here. But I gotta go. I gotta thrive. So I gotta go to an environment where I thrive at. You understand? Not to rant or not to proliferate any longer than I need to. But I need to get this message across to you that you lack because you operate out of the consciousness of lack. I leave a job if I get a boss that is very offensive with his words towards me. I leave a job not because of his fear. See, I leave a job not because I may have done something wrong within the job description, meaning I may have not have done it right. You understand? But I will not allow his projections on me to be my projections of, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough for the job. I'm not good enough and I don't fit. And I lack something in me. Nope, that won't happen. Nope, that will not happen for me. Never will. I won't allow it. It won't happen. Before I even give myself that kind of thinking, before I even go in to say, man, I messed up. Man, I lack the skill. I lack the possibility. I lack the talent to be here. I won't even do it because I believe. Listen to me. We're getting back to the beginning of this topic because I believe consciously in me, and I don't allow people's projections of lack and fear to rest on me. I won't allow that. So you can say what you want to say to me. You can call me what you want to call me. But I'll be out. You understand? I'll be gone. I'll be out of the environment quicker than you can blink. I'll be out of the environment. Why? Because number one, it's not conducive for me to thrive in and grow. Number two, listen, this is not I won't allow you to have that kind of conscious thinking on me every day I step into this building. And the reason why I say I won't allow you, even though you have apologized, and tomorrow is a new day, right? But it ain't about you anymore. It's about me now. It's about my mindset. And because if I go back there, then I have the mindset of I'm black. If I go back there, I have the mindset of I'm not good enough. If I go back there, I've bought into his project me on his job. Man, goodness, I'm saying something and I know I'm speaking to somebody tonight. And if this is going over your head, I apologize, but you need to get this. You understand what I'm saying? I would not go back into a job if I've been offended by somebody's words like that, especially a boss or whoever is over me. You understand? Because I'm buying into his projection. If I go back, I am validating and what he think of me from the previous day. I am validating what he said about me. Yeah, you lack this and you cuss me out and call me all kind of names outside of my job description. If I go back, I am allowing his beliefs to become more truer than they ever was. And the thing is this, I will not allow his words to come alive, not allow his words to be true. Why not? Because he won't see me the next day. And so therefore he will be more mindful of his words. You understand what I'm saying? He would be more mindful of how he speaks. He would be more, let me say it the way I like to say it. He would be more conscious of how he speaks. He would be more conscious of his words, and he would be more conscious of how he treat people. The only way people would become more conscious of who they are, where they want to be, where they want to go, the things that they say, is you have to show up conscious yourself. You have to show up conscious yourself, meaning you have to be aware of everything happening to you, around you, through you, in you, at the present time, at the present moment, in the present time, in the present moment. You understand what I'm saying? Always being in tune. Always being in tune with your body's emotional system. Always being in tune with your body, mental, psychological build-up and system. Always being in tune with who you are spiritually. Who you are spiritually. Okay? Always being in tune with that. And therefore, no one on this planet, no one can cause you to feel lack of anything in this world. Lack of any kind of love for yourself. Lack of any kind of joy that you may want to feel. Because people can take the joy away from you like that. The moment they see you happy, and they start to get jealous of you. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be aware. But you have to do what? You have to show. People go to work and they get cussed out by their bosses, and it goes right over their head. It's like, yo, all right, cool, right? But you're not wearing that man's or that woman's words. You're wearing that on your soul, on your spirit. You're wearing those words. And you show up the next day and you're still wearing them because you have a belief set that this person feels this way about you. You don't know what they may say to you. You're operating out of lack, and you're doing things too cautiously, because you are scared that if you don't do it the right way, or you don't walk the right way, you don't talk the right way, something may be said. That's lack. That's lack. That's why I came with this download tonight. You lack because you operate out of the consciousness of lack. How about you do this? How about you show up more consciously everywhere you go, and be aware of what's being spoken of over you, to you, and be more aware of how you even speak yourself. Be more aware of how you show up. Be more aware of what you do, where you go, the decisions you make. Be more aware of the moment, in the now, being in the now. How about you show up like that? And then guess what? Then you will have a direct communication line to being able to enhance your hearing, to hearing what people are saying about you. You will have a direct communication line to people's body language towards you. You understand? They will speak that way to you. You will have a direct communication line to people's energy towards you. Okay? And you will be able to understand, this ain't the environment for me. You see, trouble shows up in your life. Trouble comes your way. Things happen to you negatively and unfortunately, because you just let things go over your head, or you are showing up unconsciously. And you're not aware of the environment. You're not aware of what's being said. You're not aware of the people. You're not aware of who they are. And more importantly, you're not aware of who you are. You understand? If you see yourselves higher, this is why I have, elevate your mind is a phrase of mine that I love to say. It's not something I came up with, but it is something that I love to phrase all the time. Elevate your mind. You understand what I'm saying? Elevate your mind. Elevate your mind in who you are. Elevate your mind in your self-belief. Elevate your mind in love. Elevate your mind in, loving yourself and believing in yourself. Elevate your mind in believing that you are the person, that can, you are the most talented. Elevate your mind in you are the most loving person, and you deserve love. You deserve the best kind of love. Elevate your mind in these areas where you feel you lack, or you're not consciously being in the moment of those areas, in the moment while you're in those areas of like love and relationship, employees on a job, being an employee on a job, such things like that. Show up more consciously, and you will start to your hearing enhances, your vision enhances, your emotional energy, emotional body enhances. You start to pick up on signals. You understand what I'm saying? Your mental enhances. You start to psychologically analyze things and break things down without people having to do it for you. You understand? You get what they call a premonition. You become like a premonitionist. You start to read situations before they unfold. Psychologically, because you're so in tune and conscious of the moment. And things happen. You mess around and you get, you can get hit by a car. I remember, I'm gonna share this real quick and I'm out. I remember I was standing at the corner of a street light. I was standing at the corner of a street light, and I remember stepping away from the corner. I was getting ready to cross the street. I was just stepping about maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 feet back from the corner of that street light, waiting to cross the street. I just stepped 5 feet back, from the corner of the sidewalk, and I backed up about 6 feet on the sidewalk, just, to wait to cross the street. But I did that from what? I did that out of the conscious mindset of I've seen accidents happen right in front of me where the cars would almost come near onto the sidewalk. And let me tell you something. I'm telling you this, and I put this on my son's life, because my son, some of you know, my son passed, right? I did that one time. I stepped away about 6 feet from the curb. And this is what I mean when you are so conscious-minded, you become a premonitionist. You get to read situations before they unfold and happen. Well, that's what happened. I stepped about 6 feet away from the curb, and boom, a car accident happened. The car rolled up on the sidewalk where I was standing. You understand what I'm saying? No lie. I mean, straight up. Car rolled up on the sidewalk right where I was standing. Had I not been constantly put in the moment of the now of the things that can happen, guess what? I could have been easily slapped by that car rolling up on the sidewalk when they got into that accident. But because of the experience, but not only experience, but because of me just understanding the vibe, the energy in the air, the situation, I read it. That's something that comes intuitively, being consciously in the present moment, being awoke, being aware in the moment, in the now. And something just didn't feel right at that moment. Something just didn't feel right. That's how you become. And this is how your vision and your hearing enhances. This is how your mental and emotional body enhances. And your spirit, which is the base and foundation of your conscious being, your conscious self, will tell you to do something. And you will act just out of curiosity. Just to be like, all right, let me back up a little bit. And that's the premonition. That's being intuitive. That's being in tuned. Okay? That's being in tune. Huh? And therefore, you can save your own life. Not only on a situation like that, but you can save your own life and being and lacking happiness. And you can gain. This is why I was talking about depression earlier. You can save your own life. You don't have to be depressed. You can get happy. You can become happy immediately in a moment. You understand? You are choosing that. You can choose what you want. You are choosing that. If you stay at that job and that boss cuss you out, you're choosing his projection over you. And so it's not his problem anymore when you go into work the next day feeling like you do lack something, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you have the imposter syndrome, like you don't belong. You understand? The imposter syndrome is real. So you can feel like, yo, I don't belong here. This ain't the job. Like, well, how did I get this? How did I end up with this position? You understand? And you don't want to end up with imposter syndrome. You want to end up feeling like, yo, I belong here. I put myself here. I made the conscious decision and choice to be here. I put this I spoke this. Okay? So as I close out, I just want to share why you lack. Why you lack is because you operate out of, what's the key word? Conscious. And what is the key word from conscious? The key word from conscious is what? Is the now, is the present. You operate in the present from lack. Let me say it again. You lack because you operate in the moment in time right now. in the present. Again, don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow will take care of what? Itself. It doesn't say don't worry about tomorrow, because when you get to tomorrow, you'll take care of what needs to be. You'll take care of what needs to be taken care of tomorrow. It doesn't say you will take care. It said tomorrow will take care of itself. And that's a great point to end off on. You can only take care of you in this moment, in the conscious moment. Remember, the conscious mind is about being present minded. The conscious mind is about understanding the now. The conscious mind is about being aware of your decision making. It's about being aware of the things that you believe about yourself. So you got to be conscious minded of these things. You understand what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all coming to this download. I appreciate y'all listening every time. Beloved, y'all are some of my most, I believe that truly, again, y'all are some of the most divine beings when you come into this download. Y'all are who I am. You are just a reflection of me. I'm a reflection of you. You kind of think like, I know that you being here is because you think like me, or you think on the level of me, or you have thought this way and you just didn't know how to say it, or you didn't know how to express it, or you didn't know how to explain it. And I believe that being a great communicator and in tune with all things on the other three levels I talk about, because so many people worry about the physical world, we forget about the physical, emotional, and spiritual world. I mean, the mental, emotional, and spiritual world, because we're so in tune with the physical world and believing that this is our world. But the reality is, you must go within. The way going within is the way out. I always speak of that. That the world it's the universe. Listen, it's the you, not just the you meaning Y-O universe, but actual universe, U-N-I, uni meaning one. You understand? It's you. It's you. It's all in you. The universe is all in you. You understand? Meaning that your world, let me say this again, your world is in you. The world you want to create is in you. You are the universe. You are one with the universe. You are the universe. Y-O-U, universe, U-N-I, verse. You understand? And I think I broke this down before, what universe means. I'm not trying to go off on a different topic, but I need to end with this. I need to end with this. I need to end with understanding how you need to be more conscious. You understand that the U and I, uni meaning one, and verse meaning song. Verse means song. So you are one song. You are one note. One note. You understand? Song, note. You are one song. You. This is your song. You write your song. You. Uni. One song. One verse. You are the song being written. I always like to say, more so as an author, you are writing your own story. You write your story. You understand? Or your song, whatever. But you are writing your song here right now on this planet. You are the author of this song here. You're writing it and you're getting ready to whatever chapter you want to go into. You can choose the next chapter and you can choose the ending. It's up to you how you want to end the story of your life. You understand? It's up to you how you want to end the song. And it's up to you how you want people to feel when you sing your song. Meaning, live your life conscious. Remember that. My divine beloveds, appreciate y'all being here again. Catch me again. I took a week break. I did a week. I have to say this. I took a week fast. I had to fast for a week. I fasted from social media. I fasted from a lot of stuff too. Not only just social media. I fasted from certain foods. I fasted from certain kinds of drinks. I fasted for a whole week. Not to brag that I fast, but I just needed to let you know I have to go within to bring you certain messages. As I went within that week, what came to me was, Marcus, you got too much in your life. That's why this message is here today. This message is coming from real quick level. It wasn't nothing that it was too deep, but I just had to look what was going on, and I found that I had a lot of clutter going on in material possessions. A lot of clutter. that I got rid of. Like I said, I'm down to like maybe 20, maybe even less, maybe 15% of my belongings. I gave away a lot of stuff. I'm giving away a lot of stuff. You know, clothes, shoes, books, whatever it is. I'm giving away a lot of stuff. Selling stuff, whatever it is. But I brought a message to you today because I was not living consciously as to the best of my ability that I could. I always do try to live consciously, thinking in my mindset on a mental level, on the emotional level, and on a spiritual level. But on a physical level, I wasn't living consciously. I wasn't really looking at what I had around me in my life, in my personal space, my belongings. And I did that. I took a week to just, to fast and declutter. And I looked and I went in there and I literally fasted my closet. I took everything out and emptied it. I just like, I don't need this, but I gave a lot of stuff away. So, fasting is good and you need to do it, but you can fast. You don't have to be food fast. You can fast a lot of different ways. Again, social media, other kinds of things too. Do this, live consciously, and I want to hear from y'all next time I do a download. I would love to hear from y'all. Leave a comment, share how powerful, if the message hit you, if it hit home, if it touched something in you, if I said something that was, clear to you or became clear to you. Excuse me. Please leave a comment, share this download, and please give some advice to somebody else who may need, this may help somebody else. Again, this is your boy Marcus, the Enlightened Poet, and you can go find me and my book and all that other good stuff at theenlightenedpoet.com. I'm trying not to mention my website much anymore on here when I speak, because I do leave a link. People are interested, they'll see the link. I wanted to say something that's slipping my mind right now. That's why I'm dragging right now, but I don't want to over talk or overdo it so much more. So I do want to say I love you again, and I'm out. See y'all next time. Share the video and leave a comment. Peace.